Welcome back to a photography video. Haven't done one in quite some time. I normally do like a bit of a chilled vibe. I go do a walk somewhere and I take some pics along the way and then I kind of just bring you guys along and do an edit to go with it. Today we're doing something a little bit different, but kind of the same. Cess bike hack reference for you there. So today we're gonna go through my portrait photography that I've done recently. But before we get into that, I actually just wanted to start by saying a really big thank you. Percy and Abdullah are the two individuals that I got to photograph in the last couple of weeks. Two incredibly close friends of mine, and it was both a privilege and a pleasure to photograph them. It takes a lot to be in front of the camera, and they both did it amazingly. And it's just a big thanks for having the patience to allow me to photograph you guys and just being really supportive and just being gassed with the photos that come out, you know? And that goes for everyone. When I talk to people at the moment and I talk about like what I do in my spare time and stuff, I feel really privileged because I get so much support for this. So much support. Friends, families, if you're new to the channel, everyone that just like and subscribes, it means so much because this is the sort of thing that I want to do with my life. I want to take photos, I want to make videos, I want to make stuff, I want to just constantly be creative and try new things. And it's just sick that I get to do that at the moment and I basically get no backlash. But all in all, everyone is just so supportive and it means the world. So thank you guys for that. But today we're gonna go through the photos that I took of Percy and Abdullah. They're all up on the Instagram now, so if you wanna go check them out in just their entirety, just have a look at them, please do. What I'm gonna do today is I'm just gonna talk through where I took them, what the vision was, what kind of went on, how they came out, how I feel it went, what can I improve on, etc. The future. Yeah, so let's just get into it, man. Okay, so first off, for Percy's shoot, we actually did it locally to me in Ripley. It's quite handy because obviously I know the spots in Ripley. Didn't really have to think too much. I had one spot that I was really looking forward to photographing Percy in because he normally suits the aesthetic of it, and it was some old cricket nets that had kind of been all busted down. The tarpaulin or the matting, whatever it is, was still there, and I thought it could be a really cool framing for it. Unfortunately, when we arrived on the day, they had recently redone them. Like in the last week or so, they had actually redone the entire net, so it didn't really have that same vibe to it. And then we turned up and there was actually two gimpy people kind of sitting around the other side of it, trying to keep out of everyone's eye, and it was just a little bit dodgy, so like, dipped from there. But we went on this nice walk that we'd been on before. We started off in basically the middle of the woods, in this opening that kind of carves itself out. You'll see what I mean from the photos. It had a lot of branches overhanging and one log across the ground, but in the middle you kind of could see right through. So it was really natural to get him to stand there. I just got him to stand neutral. It was the first shot of the day. I just was like, just stand neutral. We used to do it in drama together. You used to have to like stand completely neutral, shoulders just at like even lengths, even heights, everything's dropping down, all comfortable. Just got to take that, you get into it for the day and you're just off to a good start, if you know what I mean. I never want to expect anyone to do something in front of the camera. I just want them to do what they feel comfortable and move on from there. His fit was sick. For going into the woods, there's a lot of browns, there's a lot of greens, there's a lot of like all these colours that blend in, and Percy went for a full blue on blue outfit with a white tee and white shoes. Like, I could not argue with that. It is perfect for the situation. There was in this little stream part that I'd cycled past a couple of times and done a walk past. Never gone down onto the stream, and it'd actually been pretty decent weather for the last couple of days before the shoot. So we were able to go stand down there, and like the trees kind of arch over you and you get these the leafy background, and the water was kind of running very slowly through all these pebbles, so it was just a very aesthetically pleasing place, really cool to shoot. Obviously I'm new to it all, so I think I could have done more with it. I feel like it's really easy, and a lot of people are really impressed when like I take photos and it's close to the water and I have something in the background, and I don't know, it's just the easiest shot in the world. I basically just grab the camera, put it near the water and just have take a shot and see what comes out. The one I settled on for the Instagram, it came out a little dark. Could have definitely upped the exposure a bit, but I don't know, you're under trees, so you want it to be dark and you can see the water and the way it runs. Was Percy obviously squatting down, I don't know, fiddling with the water quite mystically and dramatic. But yeah, it turned out to be a sick pick again, and I was really gassed with it. So we carried on the walk and we get to these beautiful buildings. So we have this cool brick background, and I know Percy's fairly comfortable with me just kind of getting up in his grill. When Percy was there on the day, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna see what photo comes out if I get like this close to his face. I was so happy with it. When you get that close, it removes all element of a mask. You get the person. You really get the person there. Yeah, that is really, really cool to me, and I really liked how it came out. On the bridge, again, just like perfectly aesthetic. All the colours lined up. You get this nice narrow bridge that kind of helps guide your eyes to Percy in the middle. The trees in the background are kind of blocking everything out, so all you can see is Percy in the bridge. White complements the blue. You can't really ask for much more. Maybe the composition of it could be better, but there's just so much for your eyes to track across, and they're guided by the bridge. Yep, so at the beginning again, we just took some warm-up shots. Percy was sitting down on a log, he was doing something with his shoe, snapped the pic, and I really liked how it came out. It was more of a natural, how Percy was sitting. Yeah, I thought it was cool. That was a shoot with Percy and Ripley. Then last week, I did a shoot with Abdullah in West Byfleet. Well, West Byfleet was where my mum had a flat and still is. So I grew up in West Byfleet, kind of like the later teens. Well, that's where my mum lived. Not growing up, but that's where my mum was. My dad was in Chobham. Basically, I know West Byfleet fairly well. There's one spot that you always see. If you're getting a train from West Byfleet to London direction, just anywhere that direction, you will see under this concrete bridge, there is loads of graffiti and a canal. Like, it's sick. I've always wanted to do a shoot there, and I took Abdullah there. I know Abdullah's into kind of streetwear, sneakers, always wears like, he's always got a sick fit. So when I went there, I knew it'd be some like streetwear to complement it. I just, like, it couldn't have worked out better again. Both the guys wore sick outfits and they really fitted the shoot. So when you get there, there's the big M and N on different pillars. Obviously that works up, especially when shooting portrait. You just want that like narrowness. You want your eyes to be guided and you want everything to kind of fall in line. It suited having someone in the middle of it perfectly. There was this big concrete slab that I did try to move, stupidly heavy, so I couldn't. So you had to move with it. Just got Abdullah to stand on there and take a pic from there. You can't really overcomplicate it too much. I took a pic, he was elevated, he was in line with the M&N. I really like that picture. We went over to the canal, obviously. If there's water there, you want to try and include it. It's just a different scenery, and like water and concrete, fairly rare to have it together outside of like a major city, and then you can't really take a pic of you close to the water. So it was a good contrast. You still get the graffiti in the background. It worked well for the kicks. Like, the kicks look so sick next to the water. Again, it looks like it could be, well, I think, I don't want to fucking toot my own horn or whatever, but it looks like it could be a night commercial. I've really liked the checkered shirt. I think because it's grey, it also complements the concrete. Really happy with that photo. So then we went to this place that I'd spotted only a couple of weeks ago, and I'd never been there. So we went there, and I hadn't checked it out before I went with Abdullah. Turned out to be this like Byfleet telephone exchange that had been completely abandoned. Really cool, really cool. Obviously I wanted, like, as I said, some sort of street background or backing for what I kind of know as Abdullah's aesthetic. But because neither of us had known the place well, we were always going to explore it, and I got to like snap the pics of Abdullah searching in, looking, seeing what's going on. From the picture, obviously I was there, so I have a personal connection to it, but I can feel like our excitement of like, what the fuck is this place? Like, what even is this? We turned up and like the lights went on and we were like, what? So it was cool to snap that like firsthand. Well, I enjoy playing around with perspective, making, like, putting Abdullah there and then shooting from a low angle, making the building look really tall. You get the full Byfleet telephone exchange in it. You can even see the light coming on in the background, and then you got Abdullah's fit and at the bottom. Like, I really liked how it comes out. It looks like it's really daunting, and Abdullah doesn't look fazed by it at all, so it comes out as just what I think is a really hard shot. You get the trees reflecting in the top window as well, so you get that nature kind of creeping in. Yeah, I really like, it's probably my probably my favourite like overall shot of it. I snapped a great pic. The sun was coming over that rooftop and there was the stair set that Abdullah was just perched on the side, and you just had the sun coming from one side and it cut perfectly his face down the middle. So I got the pic there. Really happy how it comes out. It's quite a traditional shot, I guess, in that sense, but I was really happy with it. My favourite picture that I didn't actually post, but Abdullah did post, was my boy smiling, and he has such a wholesome smile in it. I wanted to put it on the Instagram, but I didn't correct my settings on my camera. I'm obviously still a beginner, so it'll come with time. But he's slightly out of focus. I wish it was in focus. I wish it wasn't slightly blurred. But yeah, I'm glad him and his family really love that photo, and it means a lot that I captured like a proper authentic smile. Yeah, I don't know, Abdullah's a smiley guy, like I'm glad I got that. That was my time doing portrait photography. If anyone's looking for any portraiture, then I'd love to come take some pictures. If not, I'm gonna probably contact a couple of other people. If anyone's up for doing it, just like as a new experience, they want me to take some photos of them, then like, up for. Don't hesitate to get in contact or anything. If you want to see more pictures, go over to the Banana and Milk Instagram. That's where I post all of my photography. I also do live streams. Try and do every Friday. I've got a really big one coming this Friday. Will be about the boys. Yeah, and if you want to see any more of my photography edits or just any other videos, I'll leave a link in the description for photography edits. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon, and yeah, thanks. Bye.